Hello, today's topic would be how to host different apps which you have made if you have a server with you. So generally what happens is whenever you host something, for example on say Vercel or DigitalOcean or Netlify, they allocate a server to you because whenever you host a particular application, they'll ask you how much RAM or cores you want, and generally they take care of things like downtime, they take care of things like traffic, they take care of things like spams or web crawlers, indexers, etc. But it is always good to know how to host them yourself because it is infinitely more useful for you and it will make you learn a lot. So if you have a server with you, there are a few ways to host. The main thing would be we just need some kind of gateway layer where you host something on a local port on your server, and then you need some sort of gateway to make it reach the wider internet. And here generally this is a thing with DNS. So providers like Cloudflare or services like Pangolin or Tailscale, all of these come into play. Because what Pangolin does is, for example, if we take Pangolin as a service, Pangolin runs on a different machine and it acts like a tunnel between the server and any client which is trying to use this particular domain, this particular service. And Pangolin, what it does is it connects both of the server and the client to itself and makes a connection, makes a tunnel between them, and then just removes itself from the equation. And Tailscale, what it does, so Tailscale, for it to be accessible to the wider internet, we need to use Tailscale funnel, which is not that effective according to Tailscale docs itself. But and so Tailscale is not that useful. And the thing which we are left with, which I'm pretty sure most of the websites on the internet run, is Cloudflare. And Cloudflare has a service called Cloudflare Tunnels, where it makes an encrypted tunnel between the server and whatever client is trying to request the first service, and it is generally very reliable. So, to host any website or any service in your server, we will be using services like Docker. You can also use service like Podman, or you can host it locally, just like npm start. But that particular session should always be active. So you can either run it headless, but if you run it headless, then you need to start it again when you restart the machine. So it's better to make a systemd service which will start this with you. So to avoid this, people generally do it with Docker because Docker generally you can write it in the compose file saying restart unless stopped and it will just start itself and there would be no downtime. And there would be good virtualization, good separation between services. So to host them in the server, we'll be using Docker, and to make them available to the wider internet, we'll be using Cloudflare tunnels. So we'll set this up now. So these are some commands which I've kept, which may be useful. And the first thing which we need to do is first we'll connect ourselves to the server. This is my server right now. Cloudflare D is one thing which you need to download. It's a Cloudflare daemon. And once you do Cloudflare D on your server, this is a package by the way. So once you download this, then it establishes all of these outbound connections. Post Quanta, that means they use something like Argon or any other encryption techniques, which also Bitwarden uses. So it's very good. And map public host names to local services. So with this, you can make what is this called, subdomains to the existing domains which you have. And traffic will flow like this. It will have an edge server, and edge servers are generally faster than other servers because Cloudflare then communicates it to the nearest server, and since they have many servers, it is very fast, right? So once we download this Cloudflare D, download API. So this will make the GPG key that will bring the Cloudflare, and then this will add stable build and nightly build, and this will install the stable build. Fair. Fine. Okay. Okay. So Cloudflare is installed now. Once Cloudflare is installed, we'll once check if Cloudflare is also defined in the system as a systemd service. So generally what happens is whenever system restarts, it sees all the services in systemd, and then okay, all of these are there. So fine, fair. So what this does is this service makes sure this thing will always restart whenever you restart the computer itself. So like so once you do this, you have to see whether you can keep your service or not. So first we'll go to all of our services. So one of my service is my not services. We have a projects. One project which I have is Thought Train, which is my portfolio. And this portfolio is there locally. Once we start this, until this starts, we'll see what the instructions are. Okay, we don't know what port this runs on. We'll see. This runs on 4000, fine. So technically this should be accessible in 4000. We'll see. Why not? Uh, this is up 46 seconds. This is bound to localhost. Hmm. Okay, fine. Fine. Okay, so this is port 4000. Yes, now the tunnel has set up. Now we'll see. Okay, I got to know what I was doing wrong. Uh, I just had to run this command, that's all. Nothing else. Not flooded, just thought train.dev. So now we need to see where this would have been saved. So Okay, so we shouldn't log in through Cloudflare login is the thing which they told. So best we log in through Cloudflare tunnel login. Okay. You will take both light then. Okay, so Cloudflare tunnel create Trixie. Tunnel credentials return to this particular file. Okay, very good. So now we know. Now what we do is we create this particular file. Okay. So first we make the directory. mkdir sudo mkdir -p. Now sudo and here we use this particular structure. Since there are public applications, we will use this structure. So okay. Okay. This won't be our thing, obviously. So what we will do is is our thing. And our credentials files would be this. Okay, fine, fair. Everything makes sense. Okay, and ingress would be thoughttrain.dev, and our service would run at 4000. Then now this makes sense. We will comment these for now. No, this we will not. Okay, now this is set. Once we set this, we need to run this cloudflared tunnel route DNS. Instead of homeless, it should be the tunnel name. So our tunnel name would be Trixie, and this is a subdomain. Thought train.dev. Already exists. I, we need to create record, right? I created this record previously in my previous server, but now I need to create this again, which is fair, right? Uh, records. We need to look at records. I'm gonna set up robots.txt, domain registration, API, records. Okay, so see how many CNAMEs we have. We don't need this. We don't need this. Uh, I think this is a okay. We don't need this also. Acme challenge. I think they're different. So, right, we will delete this. I think delete. Yes, I think now this should work. Should work. Yes, it worked. And now a CNAME will appear here. I think one CNAME will appear. Bus, done. And this would be our tunnel ID, which would be this one. Yes, very good. So I think now we can sudo systemctl restart cloudflared.service. No, I think it should work right. Connect. Why is this inactive? Install service. We added a route right just now. Why didn't it come? Sudo cloudflare service install. Sudo cloudflare service install. Oh wow, okay. Linux service for Cloudflare has been started. So sudo systemctl status Cloudflare dot service active, and what is this taking? Register tunnel connection. Damn. Okay. Good, good, good. This is good. Fine. So I think it should work now. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so same thing here. I have another. So we'll just go through the steps fast now. I have another project called Make My Mail. So, not this. And this is also a Docker container. Let me see what the Docker file is first. Uh, build, build. So it should be run with build only. Till then, I also have another one of my projects. So we'll set that up now. And yeah, development, yeah. Where? Okay, done. Development. So this was the project which I was saying. Okay, I want to unzip it here. Unzip. There is no unzip also. I have to do gunzip here. Gunzip. Unzip. Done. So this thing we have to send this to uh, my server. So scp-r geo explorer switchblade electricity is done. Still building. Damn. Okay. Trixie. Bro, what the hell? Nope. Colon home projects के अंदर it should go, and I'll do sudo also. Why not? Okay. Very good. So this is sent to the server now. I should let this build. Actually, my load average is actually 4.3. It's bad. So lot of processor waiting for the disk. So I need to make sure disk is not that hot. See, there are big climbs, bro. I have to take care of all this. So if you want to recount, what would be the thing? So first we need to download Cloudflare D from the Cloudflare website. Then we do Cloudflare tunnel login. This will create a certificate.json file with the name as the tunnel ID. Then no, tunnel login will do this only. Then you run cloudflare tunnel create and then tunnel name. This will then create a certificate.json file with the name as the tunnel id.json. Okay. And after that we do cloudflare tunnel route DNS. No, no, no. After this, what we do is we make a file called cloudflare in this folder. First, we make this folder, then we make this file etc cloudflare config.yml, and then inside the config.yml we will paste port is already allocated. Damn, bro. 8080 3000. I'll look into this later. Okay, fine. And after this, so instead of this, we will what ports are there? SST. I can see 8085 is there. Okay. And 8086 is also there. 8085 and 8086. That would be 8087. Fair. So, 8085, 8086. Okay, this is also done. So, first we'll continue this. So, what we do here, what was the config.yaml again? It is this. We paste this. tunnel colon tunnel id credentials file colon path to the JSON, and then ingress hostname domain along with optional subdomain, and its service would be localhost along with port, and general service would be this would be our config.yml. After config.yml, we do cloudflared tunnel route DNS and our domain. Okay, I forgot. Route DNS, and this should be your tunnel name. And then domain along with subdomain. After adding this, it would be so then we need to add Cloudflare as a service, which is sudo cloudflared service install. Once it's done, it will make the CNAME record everything. We do sudo systemctl. I forgot to do this actually. Sudo systemctl enable. So what this will do is this will restart the service whenever you restart the computer. Enable. I don't need to write -f now because the service is already running. But if you're running it for the first time, then you can do this. And then done. That's it, folks. As you can see, you can run. And since make-my-mail is running, we will actually do this in practice. And whenever you want to add a new thing, what you do is you just go to your config, add another host name and service. Bus. And just the same thing again. Cloudflare, tunnel, route, DNS, Trixie, make my mail dot. Yes, now done. Now this will also work. First we'll see whether the Docker of make my mail is working or not. It's not there, which means something is fishy. Frontend. Okay, make my mail has hyphens. Fine. Make my mail dot portrait. What this? Oh, we need to restart, right? Sudo systemctl. Oh, we'll check it first, actually. Docker. Yes. Okay, web. This is 8085. 8085 is actually the back end. Did you see? 8086 is the front end. We need access to the front end, obviously. So 8086 should be it. Sudo systemctl restart cloudflared.service. Sometimes this times out, you know. Then what you need to do is you just need to restart it. That's all. Don't worry. Yeah, timeout now. I'll run it again. See. It'll work. It'll work. Yeah. See, it worked now. That's all. That is computer science. Okay, so this is working. So this should also work. Let's go. That's all. That's all. That's all. So I'll do this again for another one of my project, which is Geo Explorer, which is also Dockerized. We will first edit this, and since our port is 8085, 8086, so we'll keep 8087 here. And Docker compose up hyphen d build. If this is also started, we will speedrun this. Okay. Docker ps grep geo. This is up 8087. So we go to, we add one more hostname geo explorer dot, and service would be localhost 8087. And after this, sudo cloudflared tunnel route DNS, your tunnel name, which is Trixie, and then the thing, which is geo explorer dot thought train dot dev. Added. Now sudo systemctl restart cloudflared.service. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. I told you. See, just work now. Now this is working. This is working. So this will also work now. Geo Explorer dot thought train dot dev. Bus, that's all. That is all. See how crazy. Okay. Thank you. Oh, damn. So now I'll end every one of my video with this.